Hello, Nicole. Honestly, when you asked me to do a roast for you, the first thing I thought of was, how am I supposed to create a roast for the sweetest human being in our chapter? And then I remembered all the times you unironically snort laughed in the middle of chapter. So this probably isn't going to be as hard as I think it's going to be. If I had to describe you as one meme, it would probably be the Debbie Ryan, because, you know, I love all my shishers, and oh my god, go off, sis. That's another thing. You say shishers unironically to the, like, every other sentence, and I think it's even in your, like, what do I do bio on Slack. Like, I know Kaylee was the one that really, like, came up with the whole shishers thing, but she's not the one on blast here, so, I think my favorite memory with you was either the time you turned into a wild party girl at Sigma Pi's dance, in the middle of the dance floor, or maybe the other time you stayed up in the middle of the night talking to the boyfriend that you met at set dance on my common room floor in Wagon Hall. Oh my god, sorry. I feel honestly really bad doing a roast for you because you're honestly the nicest human being. So I'm sorry this isn't better, but I love you.
Hi, Nicole. I have the great honor of toasting you for all of your accomplishments, both while as an active sister and now as an alumni. I am so incredibly lucky that you were the first friend I made in this organization, and how you made up such an integral part of our chapter. This shows to your true nature of always being so upbeat, kind-hearted, and driven. Throughout your stint in DeFi, you took on various coordinator positions that I know meant the absolute world to you. Even just as an active sister and outside of your coordinator positions, you were always so involved trying to make this chapter the best that it could be, and I'm really glad that I get a chance to do this because as your friend, I feel like that you didn't always get the credit that you deserved for how dedicated and active you were throughout your few years in the organization. You're probably one of the most intelligent people I know. I mean, you graduated in 3.5 years with honors, and you're now in an MBA program, and you're probably kicking butt like I know you always do. I know for me, you would always help and push the people around you to do better, and we're there. Especially when I was struggling with coursework, you were basically like my designated study buddy, and I've been so lucky to have you as my friend, not only just my sister the last 2 years, because you've truly become someone so special in my life. You are probably one of the funniest people I know, but besides just being funny, you're so incredibly caring and upbeat, and that made you such a positive influence on everyone around you. I am so proud of the person that you are and the person that you're becoming, and I know that our chapter is too, and I am so excited to see the amazing future that is in store for you.
Hello, Sonya. It's me and your grandpuppy, and we are here to roast you. And while I could give you a hell of a toast, I've decided to take this opportunity and roast you because you're a senior and you're old now. Dude, I'm trying to make a video. I always hop on the phone and the computer the minute I try to turn on my camera. Alright, where do I begin? I'm gonna begin at new member education, when I was talking about crispy farts, and you were sitting in the corner laughing by yourself. She was literally like, and then I was like, we're gonna be BFFs. Fast forward, me and you, we became BFFs, we became roomies, and one of my favorite parts about being your roomie was when me and Marissa would steal your food. Mostly Marissa. No. And you would get visibly upset. I'm sorry for that. Wait, actually my favorite time was the time I ate all of your chocolate cranberries. And I took that one. I said I'm sorry for eating them. But I remember how sad you got. But those are some good chocolate covered cranberries. But my favorite, most embarrassing Sonya moment was obviously New Year's Eve when you made out with the knockoff Kevin Jonas. You both had matching eyeliner on. But in conclusion, I love you so much, Soybean. I'm so proud of you for graduating. And the only thing I have to say is don't forget to invite knockoff Kevin Jonas to your graduation at Gillette Stadium.
I'm so excited to read this one. Okay. Best friends? Nah, well, I guess you could call us sisters, if anything. Ha ha ha. Get it? Okay, I promise I'll try to keep it on the low with the cheesy stuff. We have been on so many adventures together, experiencing all the highs and the lows. But here we are growing up and graduating college. Well, graduating DFIE. Thank you for being my right-hand woman, part of the sensitive stomach team, my personal photographer all over the years, and honestly, remembering all my allergies, because there's a lot. Sonya, you're my favorite bitch to bitch about bitches with. And that's on that. Okay. Sonya has your back, figuratively and literally. Let me bring you back to a night we went out, and there was an altercation, and someone started yelling at me. Sonya was right there, came up right from behind, was like, don't talk to Julia that way, blah, 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 blah. She even took a drink to the face. To me, that's true friendship right there. All in all, Biagiotti is really lucky to have had you as Mal, and I also want to end it off on a different note. I found a quote that describes us, and I found it kind of funny. When I say I won't tell anyone, my best friend doesn't count. I thought it was a little bit funny. Anyway, P.S. I have half of your freaking clothes here, so if you're missing anything, it's probably here. And I've probably worn it. Okay, jokes aside, love you. So happy I had you as part of my journey in DFIE, and I'm super grateful for every second.
Hi everyone, and welcome to Kaylee Crooks-Letourneau's beautiful senior roast. Yes. Okay, calm down a little bit. Kaylee, it has come to my attention and your little Sarah's attention that it is time for you to be roasted. And as we were thinking, what is the best way we can go about this? We decided it was time to expose your Kardashian self to the full effect. I will now pass it over to Sarah to get us started.
Hi everyone, I would like to introduce you to Kaylee Kardashian. You might know her as Kaylee Crooks-Letourneau, but that would just be a facade.
We know Chris would be very upset if Kaylee exposed herself, so we decided to take it upon ourselves to do that for her.
She has everything that a Kardashian has and a lot less.
She cries like Kim.
She's stubborn like Kourtney.
She takes things to the Bible like Khloe.
She's been ghosting this semester, just like Rob at family events.
But at the end of the day, you can't help but want to keep up with the Kardashians.
We are so proud of you, Kaylee.
We just wanted to say how proud we are of you and thankful for everything that you have done for the Biagiotti chapter. Now it's time to come join the dark side, which is the alumnus side. I look forward to seeing you soon. Mwah!
Thank you for your dedication to DFIE and for the love you share with every sister.
Kaylee, it's your turn for it to be toasty. Okay, Kaylee, I honestly don't know where to begin with you because you're such an amazing person. You're beautiful inside and out. So I'm just going to do a little summary because there's so much more to you than what I'm saying, of explaining as how you're such an amazing person. From the moment I met you, you're always so kind and so giving. You'd give the shirt off your back if someone truly needed it. And in fact, one time you did. In the process, you ended up flashing us, but I'm not roasting you, I'm toasting you. But you made light of the situation, you laughed it off. You made a joke out of it. You weren't embarrassed. Last year, you wrote me a good luck / pep talk letter when you found out I didn't give anyone my name to write me a letter. And you thought it was unacceptable that I did that I would exclude myself from that. And you went out of your way and you wrote me one. You always go above and beyond for your friends, and you constantly remind me and your friends how much of a bad bitch we are. Honey, you're a bad bitch too, don't forget that. If you ever want to do some crazy ass shit, text Kaylee. She's always down to go with you. She will never let you do anything alone and will always check in on you, no matter what she has going on. Sorry, you just texted me. Huh? Kaylee has always been so supportive of me and others within our organization. Not just because she's our formal Mal, but because she genuinely cares about every single one of us. She's always down to have a rant, cry, or hangout session. You can constantly rely on Kaylee no matter what is going on in her own life, and she will always be there for you if you need her. She's always hyping us up on either Instagram or social media. In person, real life, she's the hype woman of the years. A couple years ago, Kaylee and I wore the same dress to the formal, and instead of being mad at me for wearing the same dress as her, but in different colors, we went into the bathroom and put our dresses on backwards because we realized our boobies would look better if we did a V-cut instead of the swoop neck. So we had the tags itching our boobs all night. And I would not have wanted to experience that with anyone but you, Kaylee. Kaylee, I cannot wait to make even more memories with you and to have even more classes with you in grad school. My fingers are crossed on that one. I am so incredibly proud to call you one of my closest friends, and I'm so glad that DFIE brought me to you. And I can't wait to have even more reasons to toast you and hype you up. I love you so much, and you're a bad bitch.
All right, people. So, I have the honor and privilege to roast my dear friend, the one and only Shannon Kelleher. Now, if you don't know this, Shannon and I met at this wonderful place called University Events. And if you ask me, Shannon's a little bit of a slacker. What do I mean by that? I mean, instead of doing her work, this girl thinks it's a fun idea to go on her phone and look up her latest bachelor or bachelorette count. What do I mean by that? I mean, this girl literally has a cry count, a straddle count, just in case you wanted to know that. And, her favorites, the people she, isn't too fond of. And so, if you ask Shannon a question about the Bachelor or Bachelorette, if you want to know who cried, Shannon has the episode, probably the minutes in the episode. And it's her secret little obsession. If that's not weird, I think her favorite ice cream flavor, mint chocolate chip, is weird. If I wanted to do that, I would just literally put some chocolate chips on my Crest White toothpaste, brush my teeth with that. But that's besides the point. I think one of the things that I'm really happy about is that Shannon is not getting her bachelor's in engineering. Yeah, she decided we had to make, a model of a roller coaster. How would you do that? Shannon will tell you. She made her roller coaster out of toilet paper rolls and kind of painted them realistic representation of a roller coaster, I might add. But if you don't think that's bad, our professor was worried about her one day. She cut off all her hair, and he was kind of concerned that she was having a Britney moment. But I will say that I am extremely thankful and grateful to have Shannon, in my blog by my side, and I couldn't have survived my senior year without you. So you're going to make an amazing teacher, and that's it.
From the moment I met Shannon, I knew she was just such a ray of sunshine and a human I wanted in my life. We met ironically before either of us had even joined Greek life. We both worked for University Events, which, if you know, is just such a wonderful place. Here we would chat in passing, or if she had a night and weekend shift in the main office, we'd talk because her desk would be directly behind mine. But we weren't super close. It wasn't until my first recruitment on DFIU's side where I truly got to sit down with Shannon. I watched her walk into sisterhood. She was quiet and shy, which I already knew from working with her. Over recruitment weekend, I got to watch Shannon slowly come out of her shell. When it came to prep night, I just knew I wanted to prep Shannon. When the ritual was done, I was both excited to have opened our sisterhood to her and nervous, hoping she would find her home in Greek life, DFIE or not. I was beyond excited to watch Shannon run home to me in Kelly Gym as I held her sign on bid day, and I just so happened to be going out for a little that semester. I knew she was someone I wanted to get to know more. Once Shannon was in DFIE, I felt a little less weird walking over to her at work and chatting or stopping her in passing to say hi. During Big Little events, I was always excited to get to chat with Shannon. I wanted to know her more. Honestly, it was exciting to watch her get more comfortable within the chapter, and slowly I began to realize just how similar Shannon and I truly are. If you don't know, we both don't really like people, and for me that was enough to want her as my little. When I got the call from Jenna that night and found out that Shannon was my little, I couldn't help but cry happy tears. And anyone who knows me knows that I hate emotion, to the point that when I cry, I will say my eyes are sweating. I was thrilled to welcome Shannon into my fam and to further our bond as friends. Though I only got to spend half a semester in person with Shannon as an active member, we've remained in contact, and I am blessed to not only call Shannon my little, but to call her one of my closest friends. I have watched Shannon grow in many ways and I would have never imagined. Holding coordinator positions, hosting events, and overall really coming out of her shell and taking chances. Shannon, you make me proud to call you my little, and I can't wait to see where this next chapter takes you. I can't wait to watch all the amazing things you'll accomplish in grad school. Here's to more hours of laughing on FaceTime, ranting, and struggling to keep the both of us sane. Congrats on graduating. I am so proud of you, and are so thankful to have such a ray of sunshine in my life.
Okay, so when Julia asked me to roast her, I was like, yeah, sure, of course, that's what I do. I roast people, like that's how I get through life. And also like we're two halves of a whole, like that's who I hang out with all the time. I should be able to roast her, right? And I was making this presentation and I was like, what the heck, why do I have nothing that I can roast her with? Before I realized that I'm the one of the two of us that does the crazy things because I have no care in the world. So this was like a little more difficult than I thought it would be, but whatever, let's give it a try. Before I pull up this beautiful little presentation I made, I just would like to point out that her last name is Woyton, so her nickname is Wonton. Great, makes sense. She's allergic and she can't eat Chinese food. What? Who? Really? Yes, so let's make your nickname. I don't get it, folks. I don't get it. But anyways, to the good stuff. So here is a nice little presentation on Julia's roast. And I figured this was a fitting thing because she has 2 dogs, so, you know, not a cat person. And it came up as one of suggested, and I was like, wow, PowerPoint's trying to tell me something here. So here we go. This is how it starts. I just kind of want to start by pointing out the fact that she's always saying that she's a great photographer and stuff, and that she's great at taking all these pictures. But let's just look at this picture I take of her. Beautiful, right? Gorgeous, amazing. And then let's just compare that. Oh yes, this is what she takes of me. Me stuffing my face with a donut. She posts that everywhere. She posts it because, I don't know. So, right. Who's the better photographer here? Her or me? Hands down me. Easy question. And then food is supposed to be something you enjoy, Julia, right? Like oh my God. But apparently for her it's not always something she enjoys. And I just want to introduce all of you to her deep thinking focused face. Actually, it's kind of one of my favorites when we studied for our MTELs, or when I would catch her off guard and just know that I had to save the picture for a rainy day, or came in handy for roast and toast. Yeah, this might be one of my favorite faces that she makes, her focused, deep thinking. Yeah, that's a good one. And then just to end it off, why in all of these pictures is she not picture ready? Look, I look great. Well, maybe not this one, but other than that, like, look, I'm ready. Yep, we're smiling, I'm taking a picture, and she's what, throwing her arm somewhere, trying to hit me? I don't know. This one, I'm having a good time, and she's like reprimanding me. This one, like, I don't know, are you trying to be cute, looking at the menu? And I'm like, no, I'm looking at the camera like a normal person. This one, like, Rose is like, yep, Julia, I got you, and she's like playing with her hair, like not trying to look at me. What is happening? I don't know. Like, I don't. Ugh. Anyways, that was, I don't know. That was a very quick roast, and I'm sure there's so much more that I could think of to roast her on, but maybe there's not, because who the heck even knows anymore? I don't. But I really hope that you enjoyed kind of seeing that little bit more into Julia, or I'm sorry, I'm the only one that calls her Julia, or one of the only ones called her Julia. So Woyton, Wonton. I can't even talk. I can't even roast her. But there you go. There you have it, folks. That was that's who she is, who she really is.
Hey Julia, congrats on graduating and going alum from DeFi. I'm so proud of you and everything you have accomplished during your time at BSU and in the organization. You've done so much for DeFi and for Panhell, and I'm so proud of you. Getting to know you since you joined has been an incredible journey, and you were such a big support system to me while I was the most anxious VPMD ever, and you don't know how much you have done for me and how much I love you. Our weekly dinner dates before Panhell meetings when we were delegates were the highlight of my week every week, and they only got better when Tori joined the following year, and those are memories that I will cherish for the rest of my life. And then also just hanging out with you and Julia B were crazy and fun, and roasting her every day we were together was a lovable experience, maybe for us, not so much for her, but she was such a good sport, so it was okay. I love you more than you know, and I am so honored to be your friend and to see how much you will continue to grow and to see what you do after graduation. I love you. Mwah.
So I need to go really quick because I've done this like 4 times now and I've always gone over the time limit. So this is the roast of Bridget Byrne. Going off of literally being the funniest person ever, I think she has a Virgo hate page. And I think that's more of a roast on the Virgos in her life than her. But if you're a Virgo watching this, like, sorry, not sorry. Like, but next is when we drew this beautiful portrait of each other, and I will put the photo here. And as you can tell, it's not roommate goals. It's roommate goals, because can't spell. She's usually the one I go to check my papers and everything. Not this time. Neither of us realized, actually. So, fun. The next thing is when she bought a train conductor, or she was a train conductor for Halloween one year, and she bought one of those wooden train whistles off Amazon, and she was like, oh, I don't know, it's kind of expensive. She bought a multi-pack. So we had around 20 or so wooden train whistles in our dorm, in her desk in our Stonehouse dorm for the entire year. And whenever someone would come over, like, to our dorm, she'd be like, do you want a train whistle? And that was always a question asked, and there was not always an answer. And last but not least is the funniest story ever, I think, at least, and it's when we were driving to Pref Night last year, and she took the left turn into the Welcome Center like everyone does. Everyone takes that turn, and except there was a difference with us. All of a sudden, woo, cops, yeah, she got pulled over, and she turns and looks at me and says, Emily, go, run, like, go to recruitment. And I say, I'm like, first of all, no, and second of all, if I just jump out and run out of this car, I will be tackled. And we made it to Pref Night, but it was an experience. And Bridget, the only person I would give colonoscopy advice to. Hi, so here I am with the toast. I'm also doing the roast, but this is the toast of Bridget Byrne. She is quite literally one of the funniest people ever. And not many of you know that. Quite literally one of the funniest people ever. We actually met outside of English 101, and I say outside, not in English 101 because we were kicked out. We were kicked out together. So that's how we met. And once we were kicked out, we were kind of just like, do you want to go to Dunkin' Donuts? And she had me try a strawberry frosted donut. Changed my life. And at the end of freshman year, we decided, oh, like, do you want to be roommates? And that, I think, was the best decision I've ever made, because I've never had a best friend like Bridget, and she is the ultimate best friend. The ultimate. She was there for me in times when I literally didn't know that, like, I needed people to be there for me when I was going through it. But other than that, like, she's also been the one who stayed up till midnight to watch the Lights Up music video with me and talk about, like, One Direction and go on Starbucks and Target runs. She's literally there for you in any way. And I literally, like, I wouldn't, like, I don't think I'd be a Bridgewater if it wasn't for Bridget. Like, she's literally one of my best friends, and the only thing that could have made our experience better is if I liked Taylor Swift before now. Imagine how powerful we would be. Just imagine Lover era if I liked Taylor Swift. That would have been powerful. We would have been a duo. We would have been. But now all we have to do is wait for the next Taylor Swift album to drop. And we will have a dance party then. I miss you, and I'm so lucky to be your friend, and I will talk to you soon. I think that was you texting me.
Hello, my sweet, sweet little Bridget. I am so happy that DeFi brought us together. I remember after Big Little Week ended, I was feeling so nervous. I'm sure like everyone else was, and I finally got a call and found out that you were going to be my little. I literally screamed, shed a few tears, and called up Kayla and Sammy just to share the news with them because I was so excited to get to know you and welcome you into our fam. So we slowly started to get to know one another, and I found out that you are so goofy and have the best sense of humor, but I also found out that you are such a strong person inside and out. I think the moment that we were able to become so close was when we were both elected on LT together. We were both able to hang out and talk a lot more, which is awesome. We got acai bowls, and we got to travel to Steve Carell's general store, and we got to enjoy the best present of all together, your little Andrea. You and Andrea are literally the perfect big little pairing, and I love both of you to pieces. Even Pineapple Andrea that made an appearance at your 21st. Not only did we go through a challenging year with COVID and formals and events being canceled, we were able to get through it all together. Might have taken some screams, cries, and a whole lot of frustrations, but I honestly can't express to you how proud and happy I am of you for just never giving up and finishing strong even when we felt like we couldn't. You are so wise and incredible, and I'm so happy that I've met you, and I literally cannot wait to see what you do after graduation. Love you so much, Bridget.
Hello. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming out tonight to celebrate the union of one person we all love and something we somewhat tolerate, Bridget in the post-grad world. When I first met Bridget, I knew that she was the person the post-grad world would end up with eventually, even if it hadn't dawned on her yet. It was obvious to everyone around her just how smitten she was with it and the potential to make her difference on the future of mankind, or shall I say, kitty kind. They talk about a graduate's glow, but this girl was shining with sweat since the moment she learned about the post-grad world. She couldn't stop thinking about it and working hard to prepare for it. I would say when we'd go out with the gals, the post-grad world would be brought up every 2 minutes, but she was so busy working towards being the best version of herself for it, I barely got to see her. So when she came to tell me that she would be graduating, my only response was, well, it's about time. In the post-grad world, well, I guess you're okay. Just know that I'll never think you're good enough for her. Bridget is the best, and I can confidently say that, even if we haven't spoken to each other in months, for which I blame you for. Not only did she make my time at DFIE worth it, she's everything you could ask for in a bake and in a friend. She's sweet, caring, and understanding, but will not hesitate to absolutely lambast the topics that deserve it with a killer eye roll. Bridget is passionate and gives everything her 105%, but in a relatable, genuine kind of way. And she's funny and fun-loving. What else could you want? Plus, she's an absolute joy to be around in so many ways. Be good to her, post-grad world. You have a special one here. Bring her love, adventures, wealth, health, and make sure that all the best acai and ice cream places are within a walking distance of wherever she ends up. And that every squishmallow she could ever wish for is conveniently located at whatever store she walks into. There's something special about these two. They go together without forcing it. They love each other without fighting it. And they care about each other without thinking about it. The post-grad world, she was the one from the very beginning, and we're all so happy to be able to be part of your journey to your big day now at Gillette Stadium. Cheers.
Hi, Alanna. I honestly can't remember the day we first met, but I vividly remember you asking me to be your roommate for our junior year. I've never had a roommate that I really vibed with, and because of that, I always had pretty low expectations for living on campus. And then you came along and you made it so fun. From late night dominoes to Monday night bachelor, you made the tiniest moments feel like the most important. You seriously were the best thing that could have happened to me at BSU. Now let's talk about you and your homework. Our dear Alanna is a math and education major. That seems like a bad idea to me, and if you ask her, she'd say it was a bad idea too. Homework is something that I didn't think would be a constant conversation in our dorm room, but it sure was. This girl always had homework, and most of the time she would shut the door and lock herself in the room until she was done. It was an ongoing conversation between the two of us, her always having work and me never having any. She was your classic nose-in-the-book nerd, but we love her regardless. Now, Alanna might seem quiet and reserved to you, but this girl has the most incredible, and I mean incredible, comedic timing of anyone I have ever met. A group of our friends could be in the middle of a conversation, and then out of literally nowhere, Alanna comes in, spitting verses, just making the whole room erupt in laughter. She is seriously one of the funniest people I know. Just because she's funny does not mean she doesn't push my buttons. Say my dear friend Alanna and I wanted to spend a night on the town back at good old Bridgewater State. I guarantee you this girl would be in front of our mirror straightening her hair for at least an hour before we left. At least. I introduced her to leave-in conditioner during our junior year, and it was like a light shined down on her from the heavens. But whether her hair was curly or straight, people still didn't know her name when we made it out on the town, and thus Allie was born. All this aside, I'm sure you can see how hard it is to roast Alanna, so we'll move back into the toasting segment of this video. I know she didn't know what to expect when she asked me to live with her, but I can guarantee you that she definitely did not sign up for the emotional roller coaster that my junior year would turn into. The time I spent as Alanna's roommate turned out to be one of the most difficult times of my college career, and this girl seriously gave me a reason to smile every day. Whether it was her fabulously timed jokes, her trying to learn the Renegade for hours and hours, or randomly coming to my side of our room to stand on my step stool while I was laying in bed, something about her just truly radiates the most angelic energy. Alanna, I don't think I've ever told you this, but I don't think I could have made it through my junior year without you. You made me realize what I deserved out of life. You were with me while I was learning to love myself, and most importantly, you became my best friend through it all. I know there's so much more I could talk about, but there's also so much more of our lives to make an abundance of new memories. You without a doubt will be one of my bridesmaids. My kids are going to have one heck of an aunt, and I know you'll be by my side for the long run. Alanna, you are so beautiful inside and out, and I'm so proud of everything you have done. You inspire me to be my best self in every aspect of my life, and I'm so grateful to have gotten a best friend like you. Here's to more chili states, Allie. I love you.
Hi, Alanna. I just wanted to say that I'm so excited to be able to do your toast. First, I just want to say congratulations on becoming an alum of Delta Phi Epsilon. That's such a big accomplishment, and you should be so proud. I know it's been hard having to do senior year online, and especially having to do the block online, but you're in the home stretch. You only have a couple more weeks left, and you're good to go. Last year, I was so excited to find out that you were my big. Unfortunately, it was in the middle of lockdown, so we weren't able to hang out for like a couple of months. But when we did hang out, it was so much fun. I hope we can hang out more in the future. And I also hope no more elementary school kids think you're a new student. I also loved the basket that you sent me during quarantine. It was actually the highlight of my quarantine when I saw it delivered to my house with all the letter t-shirts and like the little gifts. And also thank you for helping me find the website to make Bella's little t-shirts, or her letter t-shirts. Bella, she really liked them. We all definitely need to hang out soon. And thank you for being the best big that anyone could have ever asked for. You have accomplished so much over the past 4 years in DPHE and outside of DPHE. And I can't wait to see what you can accomplish in the future. I wish you the best of luck with student teaching and just in life.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Meghan Ruginski's Roast. Thank you. My name is Molly, and I have had the honor of being Meghan's big for 3 years? 3 years? 3 plus? A long time, and I am honored to be here with you all through our virtual space to roast Meghan appropriately. So, Meghan, my sweet angel, when I think of you, I immediately think of your love for The Office. And it truly only felt right to set up your roast as Michael Scott would. So, without further ado, Meghan, here's your roast. Meghan, you rock with AST more than DPHE. Boom, roasted. Back in your TikTok prime days, you knew more dances than Charlie D'Amelio. Boom, roasted.
Wait. Renegade. Go. Got one. Go. Oh, yeah. Go.
You're a better teacher than you are a student, even though you've been on Dean's List almost every semester. Boom, roasted. You know more memes than facts about DPHE. Boom, roasted. You think being from Weymouth is a personality trait. Sweetie, that is just your hometown. Boom, roasted. Jokes aside, I am so proud of everything that you have done within DPHE and outside of DPHE at Bridgewater State, and I am so thankful for you every day. I miss you, I love you, and I can't wait till I can see you again. But happy roast and toast, and congratulations, Queen. Mwah!
Hi, Meghan. Here's my toast to you. Where do I begin? Meghan and I went from not really talking to each other during new member education to formally introducing ourselves the day we were on our way to Big Little reveal to officially become Molly's littles, or twins. And we didn't even know it. And since then, I have never for a second doubted that we were meant to be twinnies. As a trio, myself, Meghan, and Molly, we just made sense. We always had the same energy, and we just got each other. From our glances to each other at chapter, or our talks in the car, or our power pose we do on the Woyton steps on the last day of recruitment weekend. Our little fam was unmatched in the eyes of many, and I'm so glad I was blessed with some awesome people in my life. It has been amazing to see Meghan flourish in DPHE and really show her true self. especially when she became a DeFi mom and killed it. When you really know Meghan, you learn how funny and caring she is, and those new members were so lucky to have her. That first day we became twins, neither of us knew what was going to happen, but now there's no one I'd rather rescue on the side of a busy highway when their car overheats. But that's a story for another time. To end it off, I just want to say I love you, Meghan, and I can't wait to see where the world takes you. Hopefully to Justin Bieber's concert soon, because we still have tickets. So here's to Meghan, a hidden gem in our sisterhood and the best twin a girl could ask for.
Hey Nikki, I'm filming this Monday after chapter because typically if we were in person, we'd be eating popcorn right now. This is not the homemade popcorn that you like, don't worry, I'm sorry. So, some of you may think you know Nikki Soncrant, our former president, but there are sides of her that is hidden from the general public because she does not want to know who she truly is. She's a gator girl. It has taken her many years to share her true identity with me, and so now I must share with you the true Nicole Soncrant.
Girl, I said you're a gator girl. There is a gator on my shirt. It is a cutie girl. It is a little gator girl. It is my favorite shirt of all.
If it wasn't for me accidentally telling everyone that Nikki had a llama obsession when she really didn't, then I wouldn't have learned Nikki and I shared the same obsessions over soccer boy, running shoes, and haircut. If Nikki had just opened up with these obsessions, then we would have been even crazier than right from the start. However, we just started getting pretty crazy because Nikki joined poop naps. After her telling me it was weird and gross, she had finally warmed up to the thought of logging her poops and sharing them with me so we could have poop conversations. What the actual hell? Like, how the fuck did we get there from our innocent friendship that had started many moons ago as just chapter buddies and accidentally going in the wrong direction while we were driving? My fault, not hers. Also, I'd like to note that when Nikki and I are together, she's attached to my hip wherever we go. When we go to New Hampshire together, she asks if we can sleep in the sleepover room because she wants to be near me at all times. Additionally, if we are hanging out and I go take a nap, she asks me if I could sleep on the couch or hang out on the couch while she's doing her homework so she doesn't get lonely. However, when we have to share a bed or for any sort of trip that we go, this bitch will sleep on the edge of the bed to the point where she can fall off because she doesn't want to touch me when we're sleeping. And on top of it, she also takes all the blankets as well. One of my favorite memories that happened like a couple months ago. Hey Nikki, do you remember that time you were itchy and you couldn't think of why you're itchy? And I asked, Nikki, is it because of your eczema? And she goes, oh, right. Yeah, I have eczema. She's like, you sounded way too excited about that. Yeah, I am, because I remembered it and you didn't. Also, your Wi-Fi sucks. But you can't control that. It's fine, whatever. However, it does interrupt you playing Fortnite with 13-year-old boys. Yeah. Nikki, I can't wait until we can make some more crackhead fun memories. And I love our FaceTime calls late at night. I probably have more content to add to this after the fact of me filming, but we'll just leave this here. I love you so much, and I couldn't imagine my college experience without you. Bye, girly. I'll see you later.
Hello and welcome to Nikki's Toast. I am Tori, Nikki's older biological sister. Also, I am an alum of the Gamma Iota chapter, so Nikki and I are sisters squared. As her older sister, I have unlimited roast material, but Kerrie beat me to it. Rude. But I do have the privilege to toast Nikki, so I will be doing that now. So a little bit about Nikki. She did not want to go to college. My family and I had to drag her by the ear to, do something, apply to somewhere, because she didn't have any plans after high school. So, of course, she copied me and applied to BSU, because she just can't be away from me. She loves me so much. No, it's because, Bridgewater has lots of opportunities, so she decided to just apply there, and she ended up going there, and she joined DeFi. and, you know, excelled, became president, which was a gigantic shock to my family and I because, you know, we've always known Nikki as, you know, being a little bit more timid and shy. And when she told us that she was going to run for president, we were like, huh? Like, like, what? And she ended up winning, and she did an awesome job. And of course, Nikki would become president during a pandemic because she literally has the worst luck ever. Like, anything bad just happens to her. Like, she just gets dealt the worst cards. Poor kid. Another thing I wanted to address about Nikki is that she is a fantastic artist, okay? Exhibit A behind me. This is a work of hers. She's like the most talented artist I've ever encountered, and she's probably gonna be mad at me for bringing it up because every time I want to show her art off, she gets all embarrassed and whatever. And I'm like, Nikki, like, you're so talented. And she's just like, no, it's not done yet, or I don't like it. Or I'll be like, Nikki, how'd you make that? And she'll be like, I don't know. You just do it. Like, okay, let me go grab a paintbrush real quick wow, words, and go try to recreate that. I can't. Wow, I'm going over the time, sorry. Nikki, I toast you for all of your accomplishments that you've achieved during college by getting scholarship for art, becoming president of DeFi, holding all your various coordinator roles, and of course getting teams with every semester. You've truly done it all, sis. Now it's time to put it on your big girl pants and get a big girl job. That piece of paper you're gonna get was expensive, and Dad isn't gonna be happy if you don't use it. So, yeah, love ya. See you later, because our rooms are across from each other. Bye.
Oh, hey, my name's Kerrie. I'm a senior at Bridgewater. I hold 15 coordinator positions at DeFi. I'm on every committee, and I have 10 dogs.
Hey, I'm going to grab some coffee. Why don't you come with me? You can never be too prepared. You never know when you're going to crock it.
Starting route to East Bridgewater Cinema 5. Turn right.
Let's turn left. We won't get lost. Yeah, we're definitely lost. It's okay. So, what do you think the bathroom situation is like at graduation? Because, you know, that's a long ceremony. Should I wear a diaper? What's your car's name? Mine's Bluebell. Oh my god, it's time to do laundry. Hey! You can't eat a Tide Pod. Have you ever heard of the Cricut machine? It's awesome. I bring mine everywhere, even when I'm doing the laundry.
Where do I even begin? My beautiful big avid leader inside and outside of this organization, my Cricut queen. I have never met a woman, let alone a human, as passionate, hardworking, and compassionate as you are, Miss Kerrie Shapiro. I'm constantly in awe of everything you do in life, and you are my true role model. You never give up on anything, whether it's your education, crafting, or even fighting and advocating for sisters who may not be able to use their voices all the time. Your inner beauty truly reflects your outer beauty, and that is very hard to come by because you have one of the kindest and most beautiful souls I've ever met. Your TikToks and your texts and even just life updates leave me smiling for days on end afterwards, and I know I can always rely on you and come to you for anything I may face in my life or anything I just need to vent about. You are my rock, my love, and my best friend, and I feel so lucky to have had you by my side throughout all this crazy adventures we've had. I'm excited to see where our journey will keep going, whether it's endless Jeep rides or just FaceTime calls complaining about anything and everything. I won't get any cheesier, but I'm eternally grateful for you, pretty lady. A huge congratulations on everything you've accomplished in your 4 years at BSU, and hopefully soon to be more. And I'm so lucky to have had you in my life for a good majority of your time there. Sending all my love for you today and every day. All of my love all the way to Peaceful Meadows and back a million times through. Keep carrying yourself with grace and never change. You are truly one of a kind, and I love you so, so much.
Hi, and welcome to the roast of Julia Biagiotti. I would love to start us off talking about one of the things you may not know about Julia is that she has been dancing since she was young. She is a fantastic dancer and singer, and I have a few clips to show you how good she truly is.
I wish I knew how to like renegade or like do some cool dances, but like I don't.
Oh my god.
Dance if you want. No, hi, I'm Lauren.
Now, that was great, and Julia has plenty more, but I would like to show you one of my favorite is Julia performing The Sound of Music. She's super talented. Look at her play this part.
I am 16, going on 17, innocent as a rose.
She's rapping.
Totally unprepared am I to face the world of men.
Now, it wouldn't be a roast if I didn't talk about her time in DPHE. She is one of the best VPRs that the Gamma Iota chapter and honestly Delta Phi Epsilon has ever seen, and she can chant like the best of them. Just watch.
You know what? I'm gonna text that girl.
Julia is going to be the best educator, and I honestly am so jealous of her students because they are going to get to hear her singing nursery rhymes and songs all day long. And even if she doesn't know what a diamond really looks like, she's great. Just watch this.
I wonder what you are up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are.
And finally, Julia wouldn't be Julia if she wasn't talking about how single she is. She even knows how she wants to be proposed to.
I am so lonely. Will you marry me? Of course I will. Okay.
Julia, you're one of my best friends, and I'm so thankful that DPHE brought us together, and I couldn't imagine going through any of that without you, and I cannot wait to see what life has in store for the both of us.
Hi Julia, I am super excited to be able to help with your roast and toast. I was super excited when you asked me, so let's just get started with it. The first thing I decided to roast you on was the fact that you hate getting your picture taken. I have so many pictures and videos of you rolling your eyes or just frowning or laughing anytime I try to take a photo. So anytime I look at those photos, it makes me laugh, so I figured I would add them to your roasts. Another thing that I wanted to add to your roast was the fact that you were super sassy and super sarcastic. I don't think many people realize how sassy you can be, but you're pretty sassy. There have been a lot of sassy and sarcastic comments that I've received from you, but it's all good and fun because I just give them right back, and I feel like that's definitely part of our big little relationship. I also think that's something that just runs in the fam. Also, another thing that I've noticed that you do is you just make random noises like all the time, and I don't think you realize you are making those noises. So now that I've roasted you, I feel like it's time for me to toast you, and I do have a lot to say. I'm super grateful for you as a big, and I look up to you constantly. I'm so thankful for all the support and advice that you give me. And I know you're going to go far in life. You're going to be an amazing teacher. I guarantee all those students that you teach are going to look up to you. So I just wanted to say thank you for everything that you do for me. And I don't think you realize how much I appreciate you. And I really do appreciate you. So thank you.
Hey Jordan, so I completely forgot to film your video tonight until I started crying over something stupid that a boy made me feel. And I was like, right now would be a perfect time to film a TikTok. Subtly. No. That shouldn't be in here, but oh well, I'm going to keep it. And we're rolling. One of your friends compared your TikTok videos to the Android phone. How does that make you feel? Considering how much of an Apple stan you are? Doesn't sit right. While others will call your TikToks a production, you have no in-between of when it comes to being chill or sticking to a cool TikTok trend. And then, without us knowing, you do to us with a fast-paced transition that we never saw coming that leaves our jaws completely on the floor. Now I have a question. Well, not a question, but a statement. Jordan, why don't you change your expectations when you hang out with your boyfriend? You are always expecting him to give you his full attention whenever you're hanging out with him, but yet you are fully aware that when you hang out with him and get to his house, he will be playing PlayStation. Now, quick question. Who hears I love you more? You or Dakota's friends on PlayStation? Let's go grab a Diet Coke, fried pickles, or pickles if you will, and some chicken broccoli Alfredo to try to fill the void of Dakota liking stupid video games more than your presence. I was going to do an impersonation of you, however, I ran out of time because I was busy today, so I apologize. Jordan, throughout the last 4 years, we have gotten to see so many sides of one another. I am truly thankful this past year we have been able to get closer by bonding over people being stupid and not doing shit. I appreciate all the hard work that you put into this organization and Panhandle, and I can't wait to see where you go next.
Hello, and welcome to the roast of Jordan Linden-West. Here we go. You want to... I'm looking at my script. But on a real serious note, Jordan, you know I love you. All those things I say out of the bottom of my heart, and I truly, truly am.
Hi, this is my roast for Jordan Linden. or as most of you should know her as, Jordan Linden, TikTok star. Her brand is literally crying and doing her makeup on TikTok, so make sure to check that out. Hey, at least she is a pretty crier, am I right? I've seen Jordan cry pretty much everywhere. Our dorm room, our common room, at parties, and on a bathroom floor. She's the only person I know who, when they are sad, she enjoys listening to music that is even sadder. And I don't know how I managed to deal with that when we lived together, because I hate sad music. Also, while living together, I've never seen Jordan do her homework. Nope, never. I don't think I've ever seen Jordan eat a meal that's not Chili's pasta. She only drinks McDonald's Diet Coke, large, and Dunkin's iced coffee, and somehow she still has a fatter ass than me. Anyways, I've told this story before, but my first memory of Jordan is a class that we had together that she dropped out of freshman year. I remember Jordan walking into my room when I was living with Jeff, and I was like, oh, look, it's the girl that dropped out of our class because she didn't do her observation hours. She straight up was like, we had a conversation in class that she doesn't remember at all, where she was literally just eating her yogurt going, yeah, I just didn't do them. And I was like, okay, a little intimidated by this girl. I never thought that I would be as close to her as I am now. And yeah, that's my roast for Jordan. This is my toast for Jordan. So Jordan is my forever bestie, sister, and roomie. We will always be roomies because we never got to finish our year living together. Even though we never got a full year living together, I would not change anything about the memories that we did make together. I remember trying to think of who I wanted to live with the last year that we were on campus, and I couldn't think of anyone that I would feel comfortable being with except for Jordan. We got so close so fast, and I'm so thankful for meeting another person who is just like me, has a similar humor as me. One of the first times JJ met Jordan, he literally said to me, you guys are so similar, and all I could do was laugh because it's so true. There's no one I would rather have stayed out with until 4 a.m. some nights on campus, just walking around everywhere, you know? And no one else I'd rather go on so many food and coffee dates with, getting some bear twists. I watched Jordan become such a confident and self-loving person while living with her, and seeing everything that Jordan does in our sorority and Panhell is truly inspiring. She pushed me to be a Rho Gamma this past recruitment, which I've wanted to do for a while, and then being virtual, it was like, maybe I won't do it, but then because of Jordan, I did apply, and she even helped me practice with my interview. So I would have never done that without Jordan's help, and honestly, anyone in our sorority could learn so much from Jordan. She really is just such a leader. Hey Jordan, I really hope we go to Mystic Falls together one day, or I will just keep blowing up your TikTok messages with Vampire Diary TikToks. So yeah, I'm holding you to that trip. So yeah, that's my toast.
Miss Girl, I continue to thank my lucky stars that you came into my life. You are such a shining light, not only in DeFi, but this whole entire world. You have one of the biggest hearts I know, and you go above and beyond to make everyone feel their best and most authentic self all the time. I truly remember the first time I met you in chapter, and sheesh. I was so intimidated by your confidence, how you carried yourself with such grace, but still remained humble and welcoming. You were, and still are, what I wanted to become in this organization. A true leader, a queen, and most importantly, a friend. You have made me feel so comfortable and loved in this organization, and I cannot thank you enough. Your funny TikToks, your witty one-liners, and even your one-on-one conversations will be cherished forever because you truly have shown me nothing but love and support through my time in DeFi. Don't you worry though, you are still at the top of my list for wedding invites, with Harry as a platonic +1, of course. I'm looking forward to our friendship to continue and grow. I love you so much, Jordan, and a huge congratulations on such a respectable and impressive career as a BSU Bear. Your opportunities and potential are limitless, and I love you so much.
Aya, you are a difficult one to write about. You see, Aya's a sassy queen, but she's one of the nicest people you'll ever meet in your life. So when I tell you this was the hardest thing to do, kid you not, it really was. Anyway, let's start. Aya, it's bad news when you get to the age where your back goes out more than you do. Aya states, I have a bad back. To which I respond with, the front is pretty messed up too. You still look 15. Okay, jokes aside. Aya looks just like my boyfriend's little sister. It's ironic. I guess it runs in the Lebanese genes. Remarkably, I found another person who understood what it really was like growing up in an immigrant household. We became best friends over a hatred of American food and uncultured people. Let me lay out the scene of what it's like to make plans with Aya. Hey, are you free for, I don't know, whatever, ice cream? 90% of the time. This is what you're gonna get in response. I can't, I have auditions. I can't, I have callbacks. I can't, I have rehearsal. I can't, it's tech week. I can't, it's hell week. I can't, it's opening night. I can't, it's my last performance. I can't, I have a cast party. And then, I can't, I have auditions because the cycle begins again. All in all, Aya, we love you.
My dearest Aya, she's oh so flya. I don't even know where to start with all of this. Ever since I met you, I knew that you would be a very special person in my life. And girl, here we are 4 years later. Before you joined DeFi, you were already my child because of theater and program council, and our sisterhood only solidified that when you became my little. I don't think I've ever actually told you the story of when I got the phone call. And it was so hard to keep it from you because we were in rehearsal for How to Succeed. I literally had my phone clutched in my hand anytime I was not on stage. And the second it rang, I literally booked it down those stairs faster than it's probably safe. But it was so worth it when I found out that you were going to be my little. You are such an amazing human. You are so strong. You are kind-hearted. You are loving. You are caring. And you are genuine. And I am so grateful to have you in my life. And that my sweet little girl will have you in hers as soon as this pandemic is over. You are someone that people can go to for some good old-fashioned brain vomit and to have their emotions validated. It's something that seems so minute, but it's a quality so very greatly overlooked that is so unbelievably valuable. You manage to help others with their problems while dealing with your own crazy life, and it's so very appreciated. You have such an amazing and unique spirit flowing through you, and it's infectious to anyone around you. DeFi is so lucky to have you as a sister, and I am so lucky to have you as a little. Love you long time, Aya.
I will always have this constant reminder on my elbow of just how supportive you really are. I'm kidding though. She is supportive of her friends. Okay, so the next thing I want to just touch upon is Taylor's energy. Her vibe when she walks into the room, you can just see she bleeds DeFi. Purple and gold is her way to go. So you bring this energy with you everywhere. Do you remember that one night we walked back to our dorm rooms in pouring rain and we still found a way to like have our own little jam session and just live, life? That's the kind of energy I'm talking about. It's one of those energies that's like a pick-me-up energy. You put a smile on everyone's face. So this energy, I just want to remind you, brought you to LT. Now, jokes aside, I just want to say thank you for being a huge part of what helped me stay energized as a deeper, even when I didn't think I wanted to be. But before you go out with Taylor, make sure your phone is charged. She might leave you there. Anyway, don't leave her alone at the liquor store either. Otherwise, a very energized Taylor comes out. And on that note, I'm going to end it there for our lovely Taylor Sullivan. Let's give it up for her. Taylor Sullivan, where do I even start? You have so many amazing qualities, but a few stick out. One of them being your love of supporting friends. Now, Taylor has your back, but not your elbow. Okay, flashback to bid day, when we decided running and jumping on top of each other for pictures was a good idea. Little did we know my elbow would nearly detach and leave a mark even months later.
Hey Taylor, congrats on being this close to graduating. You just have a little bit more longer to go. I can't wait for you to graduate in Gillette Stadium, like low-key little jealous because you get that. But you deserve it for all the hard work you've done in the last 4 years at Bridgewater State. I'm so proud of everything you've accomplished in your life. I'm so proud of you for stepping out of your comfort zone and learning that you love teaching. You're gonna do great as a teacher, and I'm so excited to watch you start teaching students, and because I don't know where you want to teach yet, but I'm so excited for you and like finding a new passion in life. Like, I'm so grateful to have you in my life because you've been a positive role model in my life since the moment I met you. Every day, like, I could come to you about anything I was struggling with, and you would just take the time to listen to me and help me out, and like I appreciate it when I was struggling so much with life. You were the best VPP I've ever seen, but honestly, you're the only one I saw, and I hope to live up to your legacy. I give you so much credit for balancing school plus sorority life plus being a VPP last semester and picking up an annoying little AK me who's now made you into a G big, and now you feel old. I am so happy to have you in my life because you are always making me smile and laugh. Your smile is so contagious that every time I'm with you, I always have to laugh and smile just because you're always happy and just living life to your fullest, and I'm so proud of you for doing that. I'm so thankful that DPHE led me to you because without you, I wouldn't have had such a close bond with anyone else in the sorority besides Beth. I love you so much, and I'm so excited to see where you go in life, and I can't wait to see what the future holds for you, and I'm going to be rooting for you on the sideline. Congratulations again. I love you, Taylor.
Hi everyone. I just want to say a few things about Julia Levine. Julia, sweetie, a Starbucks a day is not going to keep the doctor away. And, given who you are, it is no surprise to me that your favorite flavor is a pumpkin spice latte. Well, not flavor, coffee, drink, same thing. But speaking of Starbucks, is there anything there you can even eat anyway? But hey, sometimes your allergies have its perks, like getting an extra chip bag from Panera, and you forget to pay for it. Okay, I'll move away from food. Every single time we hang out, you end up telling me that I look like I could be your boyfriend's sister. Now, what I can't figure out is if you're telling me I look like a guy or that you think all Lebanese people look the same. I'm kidding. I'm just kidding. I swear. I'm kidding. I know you would never. I love you. Oh, one of my favorite qualities about you is that you really don't care what anybody thinks of you until you show up to class in socks and flip-flops. Yes, I did remember that one. I did. It was really funny. And then lastly, I cannot roast you without mentioning this. I really can't. You tell me all the time that you're cheap, and it's true. I've witnessed it firsthand. But then sometimes I'll get a random text from you saying, hey, I just bought a Gucci belt, or hey, I just bought a new Louis. Girl, make it make sense. But sadly, I ran out of time, so we're gonna have to cut it off here. But I love you. I'm so thankful to have you in my life, and I cannot wait to see how our friendship grows.
Hi, Julia. Welcome to your roast. Where do I even begin? Flashback to Scott Hall in freshman year. I remember Ansley telling me about her little, which at the time I didn't know what that meant. She told me that her little's favorite snack was a tomato, and she liked to eat them like apples. I thought it was really strange, and after meeting you, it all makes sense. Flashback to our days eating in Crimson Dining Hall most nights after events. We went to say, just chill for a few minutes, said we wanted a quick bite, and we'd end up staying forever waiting for your gluten-free meal, but at least I got to spend time with you. Some of you know that I like photography and taking pictures of people. Julia, you may be my twin, honey, but I might have to start charging you for all the pictures you asked me to take. All jokes aside, you are one of the greatest human beings I have ever met. Kind, sweet, caring, a little bit absolutely terrifying when you speak Russian, and also one of my dearest friends. You may be a little weird, but I could never have asked for a better twin. I love you.
Hi, Julia. I'm toasting you, and I'm coming to you live. Well, it's going to be some time from now, but live right now, post-COVID vaccine, and I hope you enjoy this. To the woman who always knows my good angles, Julia Levine. From the moment we knew we lived around the corner from each other in Stonehouse our junior year, you were my best buddy in the sorority. Whenever I needed someone to go out with, even with about an hour's notice, we would be there side by side in line waiting to get into the spot of the evening, usually a Barrett's on a Friday night. And usually running a little late because we had to take every piece of hair, every eyelash, and every piece of our outfits into consideration. You taught me so much about sisterhood and DeFi, and I'll never forget when you showed me how to get makeup or deodorant out of your clothes or literally any other little life hack because of some technique, usually straight from your kind and adorable Russian grandparents. You're the only person I know who will wear sweatpants to a bar and look couture and better than everyone else while doing it, and that's the truth. I would genuinely credit you with teaching me how to look my classiest at a college bar pre-corona and for always reminding me that I have bad bitch energy, even when I truly felt the farthest from it. I started your toast by saying, the woman who always knows my good angles, because your whole toast would be a miss without mentioning the massive number of photos we have together and in every pose and every shot possible. You are the only woman I know who can turn any trip into an Insta-worthy experience, and that is something I'll carry with me for my whole life, is to make every moment of our lives beautiful and worth it. I hope that you continue to make every moment of your life as beautiful as you make everyone else's, and that you continue to be strong-willed and not take BS from anyone. You truly are one of a kind, and I'm so lucky to not only have you as a lifelong friend, but as my sister. I love you.
So, I know, we've all been waiting for this. Who am I gonna toast? No surprise here, I'm here to toast the lovely Julia Levine. So, I think we all know who Julia is because, she's not a shy person. So, Julia and I essentially became almost known as like a package deal. We are our own people, but we became close. We became friends real fast. And essentially she became, the Mac to my cheese. That is gluten-free people. We both love Italian food, just in case you wanted to know. And Julia was like the first person that I met that I stopped questioning whether or not I belonged in Greek life. She essentially became, my home, and she helped me make DeFi my home. In a time where I was kind of just like riding the waves and wondering like, is this the right place for me? She is the person who is going to text you the most randomest things at 2 a.m. And she is going to help you get out of your comfort zone a little bit more, She is going to be your biggest cheerleader. She was my biggest cheerleader, my biggest support system that I've ever had throughout these 4 years of college. And She is not afraid to be brutally honest with you, and I feel like that's the type of people that we really need, you know. She's going to be your biggest supporter, and if you don't know this, Julia is like a walking encyclopedia. You have a question about anything, she probably knows a random fact about it, and I love that. She's going to be that 2 a.m. texter that's going to bring a smile to your face when you wake up the next day. And she always wants her friends to grow and flourish. You know, she's going to give you the most honest advice. And she's also going to be the type of friend who is going to be like your ride and die. She literally brought and drove us in a snowstorm to go get coffee once. Because you know what? Why not? Finals were hard that day. Let's go grab some coffee. You know, and she's going to be your best pick-me-up when you're having a bad day at school. She is my best friend who I've cried with, I've laughed with, and I've told literally almost nearly anything to, and I'm so happy that DeFi brought me you.
My dearest Rachel, you ready? I'm ready. I'm just kidding, it's really not that good. I am not an English major, I can't write. Okay, anyway. Is anyone looking for the hard truth? That brutally sassy yet helpful comment that puts everything into perspective. I don't have to search for long. Only 20 years for a twin. Now, we all love our siblings, but they're also the ones that are 100% honest with us, even when the truth hurts. Thankfully, I have gained one sassy twin sister who knows her shit. However, she may not know how to chug. It's your 21st birthday. Let me lay out the scene. Okay? Everyone was so pumped to finally celebrate legally and just have a good night. But Miss Rachel over here got really excited and was just like, let me just go to town. However, little did she know that there would be a rug that was thrown up on, Grandma's coat that had to be washed, stairs that had to be cleaned, and her toilet became the best friend. Now, thankfully, it wasn't all just her fault. It was collectively everyone's fault, but you know, we just, maybe not the queen of chugging, you know? Anyway, slow and steady wins the race, and it's a lot more fun. That's like one little piece of advice if I could give you, but I don't know what I'm talking about. Anyway, I also want to mention this thing. Rachel has a secret ability to pretend she's listening even when she's probably not. I go off on these venting tangents, whatever you call them, for hours. And I mean, the whole chapter knows by now. I can talk anyone's ear off. So it's really interesting because no one can really handle them besides family. But the joke is, she is family. She's my twin sister. And it's like a sister from another mister. I'm stuck because she's family. I'm stuck with her because she's family. Okay. I found this quote that outlines our friendship over the years really well. Sisterhood is many things. It's a warm smile on a cold and rainy day, a friendly hug, a cheerful hello. It's all that a good lasting friendship is, and better. It's treasured, it's sacred, and it's knowing that there will always be someone there for you. It's counting on others and being counted on. It's real. And I just want to say, Rachel, you're probably one of the realest people I've met, and I think anyone else will meet, and it's a privilege to know Rachel and to know her this well, and I think everyone should be counting their blessings that they've met her and have been in her presence because she's a goddamn queen. And on that note, we out.
To my big. As much as I hate to see you go, just know that you're stuck with me. I'm not going anywhere. I'm literally glued to you. You're my role model, my inspiration, and one of my best friends. Thank you for being my piercing buddy and going together. We need more piercing dates soon. You're not afraid to call me out on my shit, not afraid to be 100% honest with me, and always there when I need someone. Thank you for being my person and my mentor in DeFi. There is so much to say that I just can't put into words. So here are some pictures to say thank you for being my person, my light in the dark, and my big. I'm so thankful to be your little.
If you ever find yourself stuck in the middle of the sea, I'll sail the world to find you. If you ever find yourself lost in the dark and you can't see, I'll be the light to guide you. Find out what we're made of when we are.
Okay, so I get to roast Elyse, which she is very hard to roast because she has so many amazing qualities. One being that she always laughs when I make fun of Anna and Rebecca at our fam outings. Although the two of them might not think that that's one of her amazing qualities, but like Elyse, it's a great quality. Don't lose it. She also was a great chapter buddy. I got to sit next to her for so many chapters, but she would always ask me the date that an event was right after LT finished it, because she was so busy listening and focusing that she'd be like, what's the date? And I was like, oh, Elyse. It was my favorite part because I knew I had to be paying good attention because she would ask me what the date was right after. So it also kept me on my toes, you know? Great quality again. She's also extremely social and she loves being around people, which great. But sometimes that means that your secrets aren't safe because Elyse knows how to get you to talk, and she knows. She will get that out of you. She will find out things, and you're like, Elyse, what the heck? She'll find it. She'll be careful. Secrets, not safe. Elyse will know things. I don't know how she does it. She's like a detective or something. I don't know. I don't really know. She also always says what's on her mind and is honest, which is amazing. That's what you want in a person, right? But one time, our family, Cheyenne, Elyse, Rebecca, Anna, and myself all went out to eat, and we went to Barrett's, just to get some food, and, Elyse, we were in the parking lot, and we were like, okay, like, great, and Elyse was like, actually, I don't want to go here because my ID doesn't work. And so she was so concerned that she wouldn't be able to get in and get a drink at Barrett's because her ID didn't work, when the rest of us were like, at least we weren't even planning on it. And I kid you not, this was like the funniest moment of the day for me. Rebecca was sitting next to me, cracking up, shaking. So I'm shaking and trying to be like, I don't know. Oh, funniest thing. Elyse literally says the funniest things at the darndest times, and you're like, what? Where did that come from? It's amazing. And then kind of like piggybacking off of that. So Elyse does not have her license, but she keeps talking about getting it. Yeah, I'm gonna get my license. I'm gonna get my license. But then all of our plans have to be slightly changed so that Elyse can get a ride or we can be close to her, which is how we ended up at Barrett's that time, because so we could be close to Elyse. I just think that's just the funniest thing to me. She's like, I'm gonna get it. And I was like, Elyse has got a good gig going there by being like, haha, suckers, nope, you gotta give me a ride, nope. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed this roast. Like I said, pretty difficult, but like, hey, I did my best, so sorry. Hope it was okay. Hope it was up to your standards. Anyways, see you later.
Hello. I am super honored and grateful to have the opportunity to toast Elyse. She has been my little. I took her on as my little when we both were sophomores. So we have been in each other's lives now for a few years, and it has been so amazing to get to know Elyse. I'm so grateful she came into my life. I'm so grateful to have been able to watch her grow and will continue to grow. So here's just a few things about how great of a person Elyse really is. So one of my favorite attributes of Elyse is just how persistent she is. She, right from the beginning, right from when she joined DeFi, she has been so committed to our values, to the organization, to everybody who's a part of it and everybody she cares about. And most importantly, she has been so committed to the Big Little process. She has always been in it for the right reasons. She, in just fully commits herself to being such a great role model, wanting to be the best role model and the best person she can be for her little, to help that person take the next steps in their life and become the best person they can be. So I find that quality in Elyse to be amazing, beautiful. It's really something to look up to. I had the opportunity to sit in one class with Elyse, and I was very impressed in how focused she was in all of her classwork, and really always asking the right questions and putting herself out there and working super hard in all of the things that she does pertaining to classwork. That was another thing that really stood out to me about her, is that school really came first to her, and I think that's such an important aspect of being a collegiate student, and especially being in a sorority. It's important to recognize and realize that you're a student first, and Elyse truly took that seriously. Another thing is, she is such a thoughtful friend. She really is curious about what is always going on in your life. She cares about her friends and wants to know what they're up to, what they're doing, what's new in their lives, and really takes a genuine concern in what's going on, wanting to help them get through whatever rough patch they're going through, or just be somebody be a fun person to hang out with any given day. She's always considerate of everybody's feelings, and she's really great at making everybody in the room feel welcome, and enjoys their presence, and is just kind of a fun person to be around. And kind of going off of that, she is so talented at making people laugh. She is such a bright soul and really contributes so much happiness to any room she's in. She's super energetic, and she's always open to talking and getting to know new people. You can always find her kind of making new friends and latching on to whoever she hasn't met yet, and really getting to know them and show them how much she appreciates them and wants to be involved with them as well. I think that's about it. But again, I'm so grateful to have had this opportunity. Elyse, I'm so proud of everything you've done. I will continue to be proud of everything you do. I look forward to watching you and the things that you accomplish. And I wish you all the best, and I want you to know I'll always be here for you. I love you. Goodbye.
Alright, this one goes out to my favorite band camp kid, Alanna Carson. Alanna, I want to congratulate you for making it this far to your senior year and almost going alum, but unfortunately, you overslept through like half of it, so we're gonna have to do this roast like at least 2 years down the road. Sorry. No, I'm messing with you. You and I have been through hell and back, from all the times that we had our 2 a.m. sad girl hours where you're hysterically crying at Kayla's desk over stupid boys, or all of the times you had an impromptu dance montage moment, I really don't know, where you're dancing like you're Zemo in a Madripoor club. Allow me to demonstrate some of my favorite moves from you. Alright. I think my favorite part of living with you was all the times that you were blasting Helena by My Chemical Romance, or any song from The Main in the shower. Girl, sometimes I couldn't tell if you were crying or if the shower head was making sniffle noises, but you must have really been going through it to be listening to music from when you were 14 on a regular basis. Yikes. But yeah, okay. All jokes aside, you're one of my bestest friends. Bestest, like that's a fucking word. Didn't mean to swear, sorry. You're one of my bestest friends in the sorority, and honestly, I don't think I'd be where I am without you, so congratulations on getting this far, and I'm gonna miss you.
Hi, Alanna. Welcome to your toast of the Roast and Toast. I was so excited when you asked me to do this because I literally have so many good things to say about you. So I'm super excited to be able to be the person to give you part of your toast. I'll start off by saying thank you. Thank you just for being one of my best friends, for always being there for me. You answer all of my dumb questions, and I do ask you a lot of that, so I apologize. You never get annoyed with me for my dumb questions, even if I ask them multiple times because I tend to forget the answer. Thank you for always listening to my stupid rants or whatever I'm talking about. Thank you for having the kindest heart. You will go above and beyond for anybody. Even if you only know them for like an hour, you'll be willing to help them until their needs are met. I'm really grateful that you're my carpool buddy. I love that whenever we make plans, we drive together. Because I tend to get lost, as you know, with the GPS. So it's really nice to have a co-pilot with me. For example, Plymouth, when we missed the exit. A little bit of stressful situation, but we made it. I'm also thankful that you're always willing to make plans. I'm pretty sure we hung out with each other like every single day over the summer. I was so grateful for that. We have so many amazing memories from over the summer. Also, just to end your toast, I found this video as I was looking back on photos that we took in Vermont, and this is from when I like set my camera up and was recording so we could all get in the photo together, and I caught this little video of you, and it's literally the funniest video I have ever seen, so I had to share it. Okay, ready? Oh no!
Hi everyone, I am here to roast Julie Mathis. So, we're gonna start off. Julie, our president, our leader, if you will, you know, the face of our organization. There are just like so many good things to say, but I'm not gonna say any of them. LOL. So first off, I'm pretty sure that you're a closet Mormon. I know we've joked about this before, but I'm genuinely convinced. I have never heard or seen you do anything wild. You really came to college for your education and professional development. No shade there. Just saying we are very different people, and my plan is to work on that next semester. The next little drag is you look kind of like you walked out of a Lily Pulitzer catalog. Not gonna lie, I've never seen more florals and pastels. And like maybe that's the Dartmouth way. Could never catch me in that. I love your dedication to our chapter. Super inspiring. Except maybe being like professional and like a president and working like all the time isn't a personality trait. So we're gonna work on that. On the note of personality traits, liking the Patriots is also not one. I just don't know what to tell you. Being a Pats fan, you're from New England. Everybody's a Pats fan. In all honesty, though, you are very inspiring, and I'm so thankful to have you in my life. I'm so glad that we've gotten close over the past few months, and I can't wait to see what you bring to this chapter the following semester. Bye!
Hi, welcome to my cooking show, and today we are going to learn how to make my little Julie's toast. First, we're going to start off with a cup of beauty. I mean, if you just look at her, you know we need at least a cup of beauty. Then we're going to add in 2 cups of sweetness because she is just the sweetest human being you have ever met. There's our 2 cups, and we're going to cream that together to give us our base. Go. All right, now that that's all creamed together, let's get our 2 eggs for hardworking because, you know, you need to be hardworking when you're the president of the Delta Phi Epsilon Gamma Iota chapter during a pandemic. Then we're going to add a teaspoon for, you know, Jeep loving, because who doesn't love Jeeps? Let's add an extra one in there for good measure. And we're going to cream that together. And now we're going to add 3 cups of caring because if you know Julie, she is one of the most caring people you will ever meet. Then we're going to add a teaspoon of yellow, not only because it's her favorite color, but because she brings sunshine wherever she goes. And then just a pinch of salt for attitude because when you have 2 brothers, you need to have a little bit of attitude. All right, now we are going to add 3 cups of chocolate chips because that 2 cups of sugar just wasn't enough to showcase her sweetness. We need a lot more. Then we're going to add a cup of humor because she always keeps us laughing. And finally, a half of cup of leadership skills because she has been one of the best presidents that this chapter has ever seen. Julie, I just want to say, I am so incredibly proud of the person that you've become, not only in DPHE, but in your college experience. I am so lucky to be your big, and I cannot wait to see what you do after graduation. I love you.
Hey guys, I'm so excited to be toasting my big Julie. Now I'm going to start this toast with probably a lesser known fact about Julie and I actually. I've actually known Julie since our middle school days at Dartmouth Middle. We weren't very close, but from what I can remember of those awkward and cringy middle school days is that we did actually see each other a fair amount. Like, mostly due to the fact because our individual friend groups kind of mingled at times, but unfortunately that wasn't enough for Julie and I to become fast friends back then. And then after middle school, Julie attended to Bedford Voc, and then I went to Dartmouth High. So with no more mutual friends, we obviously kind of moved on our own paths, but thankfully, eventually, they led us to Bridgewater State, and then eventually DPHE. Now, I wanted to start with this kind of little backstory because in this toast, I really wanted to highlight just how much I truly admire and look up to Julie. Not only for her hard work and dedication to this chapter, but because of just such a well-rounded, wonderful person she's grown to be since the days when I first met her. Now, don't get me wrong, like, she was wonderful then too, but we all know how tough middle school can be, and back then, I was as quiet as a girl could ever be, and I kind of stayed that way, like, well into high school. But granted, as shy and as quiet as I always was, I still greatly looked up to those who were really different than me. Like, the ones who were sociable and were friendly with everyone. They were funny, and they laughed, and they joked with their friends, and had great relationships with their teachers, and they just seemed to be growing in such positivity and confidence. And for me, one of those girls was Julie. She may or may not have viewed herself as such, but girl, I always did. Even though high school kind of led us through very different experiences and challenges, as I mentioned, we still thankfully found each other again during last year's recruitment weekend. Like middle school me, I found myself like quite overwhelmed by the experience, but when I recognized Julie among all the other welcoming and delighted sisters that first night, unease quickly changed to excitement, and my overwhelming feeling like steadily went away as I realized how at home I was beginning to feel. I realized that night like what a truly beautiful organization we have here, and Julie, watching you grow to become our president is as great a tribute to that as I can think of. And I can't tell you enough how proud I am of you and how far you've come as a sister and such an amazing person overall. You've inspired me so much to chase what I want and reach even higher for goals I never thought I'd have. You're incredibly kind, generous, hardworking, and I just know you're going to do so many more amazing things as you move into this new phase of your life. Thank you so much for everything that you've done, not only for me as my big, but for the chapter as well. And no matter the ups and downs from here, you know you'll always have a home here in DPHE, and we will always love and miss you with all our hearts.
Here is my roast for Emily Brosnan. Emily is a leader of many things. 1. Managing DPHE's funds despite impulse buying 24/7. 2. Women with internalized misogyny that rediscovered Taylor Swift last year. And 3. People who buy out the gluten-free and dairy-free sections at the grocery store before getting a professional diagnosis from a doctor. Boom, roasted.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the roast and toast of the lovely Emily Brosnan. My name is Caitlin Medeiros. I am Emily's big and also her biggest fan. For those of you who don't know me, and most of you probably don't, because I am old. Many of you might know me as the crazy lady who stood up at the podium during your recruitment. That was most likely me, and that might have been some of the only times I got to know you, but I'm going to help you get to know Emily Brosnan a little bit better. So, Emily, love you dearly. We are starting with your roast. So, where do I begin? From day one, I knew you were going to be my little because of your random thoughts and conversations. We bonded over Jordan's furniture, specifically the jelly bean floor. Okay? Recruitment, people are talking about their hobbies, their interests. Me and Emily, Jordan's furniture. All right, you, Emily, you are one of my absolute best friends, okay? This is a picture that we took pretty early on into our big little relationship. So you can see I'm bent all the way down, dropping it low. Emily's about halfway there because she has bad knees. A lot of us are very familiar with the sorority pose, the sorority squat, the SRAT squat. You won't see Emily doing that because she can't bend down that long. And if she is doing that pose, well, 90% of the time, I'm right behind her, kind of holding her up, hoping that that picture takes 30 seconds, because that's all Emily's going to last with her knees. And speaking of Emily and her bad body parts, Emily is almost always injured. This is my 21st birthday. Emily hobbling along in her boot. Gotta give her credit, she made it to Bridgewater on the commuter rail in a boot. Gotta say, that's pretty good, but needless to say, you will almost always see Emily in some sort of brace. Emily also comes up with some interesting solutions. I have zero context for this picture. Not quite sure. I have no idea what she put rubbing alcohol on. I have no idea if she's crying or laughing, but I had this picture in my memories, and I feel like it was one that needed to make the roast. If you talk to Emily, if you hear some of her stories, she literally lives a sitcom. Like, her life is pretty much a sitcom. Ask her about it if you don't know. She has plenty of stories that she can tell to demonstrate why her life is a sitcom. Emily, one thing I love about you, but is easy roast material, is how often you make fun of yourself. You don't need other people to mock you because, girlfriend, you do that yourself anyways. But I love that you can laugh about it, but this was going in the roast, for sure. I have seen Emily do the little dance where she turns her head so many times. One of my favorite memories about Emily is when she showed up at my apartment my senior year with an overheating car. Okay? It happens to everybody. But she had driven about, an hour with an overheating car. Didn't think to stop, didn't think to, check out what was going on. Just showed up at my house. So, in a panic, we figured it out. She didn't have any coolant in her car. So, I say, well, I'll just take you to Walmart. I kind of become Emily's mechanic. I don't know that much about cars, but I know more than Emily. So, we take her to Walmart, and she calls it the W store. This was the first time Emily Brosnan went to Walmart. The W store. Okay? Just leave that at that. The first time she ever went to Walmart. So, we are still in your roast, Emily. And part of this is a nice family picture when you first met your G-Vig Becca. And we went to Dairy Queen. Now, if you know Emily today, you won't see her eating ice cream because she is severely allergic to dairy. As you can see in this picture, Emily has a nice ice cream cone hand. That's not dairy-free. You'll also know that Emily is also gluten-free. See that nice bun back there? It's not gluten-free. I don't know. You tell me. But, Emily, now it's time to toast you. Because in all seriousness, as much as I can poke fun of things like your allergies, how nice of me, right? How terrible you are with your car, how your life is kind of a sitcom. You are absolutely one of the best friends that I have ever had, and I'm happy to have you as my little, but more importantly, as my best friend. You were there for me through so much through the last couple years of college. You were there for the good times, and more importantly, you were there for the bad times. And I moved away to Vermont, and that was really scary for me, and I thought I was going to lose a lot of friends, and you made sure I didn't, and you are still the first person to call me if I'm having a bad day, or FaceTime me and check in on me and make sure that I am okay and that I know that you're always in my corner. You're the best concert buddy. There is no one else I'd love to live my 10-year-old fantasies with at Jonas Brothers, singing all of their songs and even realizing I knew way more songs than I thought. I can't wait to go to more concerts with you when COVID lets us, and I know that we will go to plenty more. Thanks for always being silly with me. You definitely help bring out the best in me, and I hope I do the same for you. Whenever I'm with you or talking to you, I'm always having a good time, and I know that whenever we're together, we're going to have fun, and we can just be ourselves. You make me the most proud big I think, in the world. Sorry to all the bigs out there who are going to do these toasts too, but I take the cake. Like, my little is the best. From the day you came into DeFi, you were willing to put yourself out there. You work hard. You are the hardest working person I know, both in the sorority, in your schooling, as a friend. You are there for everyone and everything. I am so unbelievably proud of you and all you've done for LT this year, all you've done for recruitment, all you did to help me out. This sorority would not be where it is without you, and you should be really proud of yourself for that. I know you don't give yourself credit for everything that you do, but you need to, because Emily, you're a rock star. My life would not be the same without you, and I know that you were a lifelong friend. I am going to have you forever. You're stuck with me, I'm stuck with you, and there's no other way that I would want to have it. I love you to death. I am so excited that I can finally see you again and we can have more adventures, because I cannot wait to see where our lives take us and all the amazing memories that we're going to make. Congratulations for making it this far. I feel super, super old doing your roast and toast, but you deserve it. You deserve everything that you get because you work so, so hard for that. So keep doing you. Keep working hard. You're amazing.
All right, here's my toast for Emily Brosnan. Emily, I'll never forget when we met up for donuts and coffee after being kicked out of English 101 together. Or when we raced back to Stonehouse from Nestor's class. If you know, you know. Or put bath bombs in the toilet, or jammed out to One Direction, or how we went through Roommates and Friends faster than walking from Stonehouse to DMF at 7:55 for an 8 a.m. We did almost everything together, joined DeFi, got Starbucks at the library constantly, and now we have matching stomach problems. I appreciate all the times you've been there for me. Our friendship is one of the greatest things I got from my college experience, and for that, I am so grateful.
Okay, so I want to start off by telling the story about how we met. So we met in Orgo, and I sat next to you, and at the time, I didn't know what crazy classes you were taking, but I was like, this girl's chill, I like her. But I was telling you about going out for recruitment and how excited and how nervous I was, and you were like, oh, I'm in Greek life. And I was like, oh my god, which one? And then you go, oh, I'm in DeFi. And I was like, oh my god, that's the one that I want. And you just like shut down on me, and you were like, you should consider the other sororities. Little did we know that I'd end up in DeFi and that we'd both be on LT together. So that was the start of our friendship, and then COVID hit and we took our Orgo quizzes together because the rest of our group just, yeah. So I just wanted to toast you and say thank you for answering my 3 FaceTime calls a day. I know that they usually end up being like an hour each, and that you also see me multiple times a day. But that's how I know that you're a true homie, for not hanging up on me. I love our car rides to Restoration on Tuesdays and Thursdays, just because it makes my week. It starts off with good food and good conversations about the most random crap. Our garage photo shoot, fire, absolutely fire, and so much fun, and thank you for being down for an impromptu photo shoot. And then that one time we went to go drop off all the new member stuff and then drove all around Massachusetts, literally me going from Quincy to Worcester and back, and then ending up in Rhode Island for a hot second because I missed that exit. And lastly, thanks for just being my crazy allergy buddy. We both know my allergies are so weird, but like yours are also weird, so I don't feel as bad. But congrats on graduating soon, and I'm gonna miss you.